Hello all, my name is Allison and currently I am a design student at Arizona State University and I'm here to talk about global warming for POS 230, Current Issues in National Politics. Now, the biggest issue revolving around involving global warming would be whether or not it exists, right? Depending what facts you're reading, it may say yes, it may say no, depending what scientist you're talking to. For me, that's not the biggest issue. The bigger issue is that, for a fact, we create hazardous products and we have hazardous processes that are both harmful to you and I as well as the environment. For example, many of our paints that we paint our houses with, both interior and exterior, have high VOCs, and those cause cancer and are extremely harmful to both the environment as well as humans. In addition, we've depleted a good amount of our quote-unquote good ozone. That's 6 to 30 miles above us, the atmosphere, with CFCs that you found in hairspray and so forth. And obviously we've taken steps to try to get that out of our products. But these are just examples of how we've done things and how we continue to do things that are harmful to the environment, as well as me and you. For example, just looking at building, specifically that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on infrastructure. The built environment has a profound effect on our natural environment, economy, health, and productivity. Specifically, 70% of our electricity consumption is in buildings. 39% of our energy uses, buildings. 39% of all carbon dioxide, CO emissions, CO2 emissions, that is all building. 40% of raw materials use is in buildings, infrastructure. 30% of waste output is from buildings and infrastructure, tearing down buildings, remodeling, all of these things. And then 12% of portable water consumption is used in the building process and in running buildings and running infrastructure and so forth. For this reason, that this idea of infrastructure and buildings and all the construction that we do in our society, I really feel like the biggest responsibility in terms of being environmentally conscious lies on the shoulders of designers, specifically architects, engineers, contractors. That they have the greatest responsibility. Like, let's take for example the average person today, even if they do believe in global warming, or say they partially believe in global warming, the average person recycles, meaning they put paper and bottles in one bag and then they put trash in another. Now, the less average person will sort their recycling: glass, paper, plastic. They will turn off lights, use less energy in terms of how much energy use they put out and how many times they use certain electrical things. They use reusable grocery bags and water bottles. They check ingredients on their hair products, on their toothpaste. They look at what is in the clothes they wear, what kind of fabrics they come from. They might even look into where the fabrics come from or how their clothing and certain products are produced. Now, the less average person is not the everyday person. And the average person is not going to really know that what they're using or what they're doing is not environmentally conscious. Or if they don't know, they're not going to know, and they would have to put the effort out to do that. And the reality is that if it takes time, extra effort, or a good amount of effort, or money, most people are not going to pursue environmentally conscious options and activities and so forth. So the whole idea is that we need to infuse this environmentally conscious mentality into our normal everyday lives. And that's where I think that designers have the greatest responsibility of all. Because if we as designers, from the beginning stage, from when a building is conceptualized to engineering for the structure of it, to the contracting and the actual application of materials and the built structure itself. If we are to actually bring it, say incorporate solar panels, incorporate more efficient building processes, if we were to not use any paints or any products with VOCs in them, if we were to be conscious of how much material we use, where it comes from, whether it's reused material, all of these things. And in that way, if it starts at the bottom from the beginning, then we infuse it into society, into the everyday life of the normal person who may not know or have the knowledge about something. Now, I really feel as a designer that this is my greatest responsibility. I feel that this is what I need to do and that other designers need to do as well. But that's not to say that we as just me as an everyday person doesn't have the responsibility to be knowledgeable, to understand that today we have the technology and the knowledge to know what is environmentally conscious and what's not. The information is out there, and it's just something that we need to take advantage of. I mean, when we began building and all of that, we may not have had the knowledge or the technology to do something more environmentally conscious. In a term, we had an excuse. We had a reason for why we built the way we still built. And I think based on the fact that we have the technology as well as the knowledge now about more environmentally conscious processes and products, we need to take advantage of those things. And it begins with every person, but specifically, it begins in actually just infusing it into society. It's not just every little act. I mean, just recycling isn't gonna change everything. And, it's just, we know that what we're doing is not good for the environment. So whether or not, if we continue doing what we're doing for 300 years, nothing will happen. Global warming won't come destroy the planet. The reality is that it someday will affect our children's children. However long it takes, it will affect us. And the point is, we have the ability to stop that and to change it and to adapt to this new knowledge and new technology and new world that we live in. And I think that it is our responsibility to take advantage of that and do something about it. So for all the designers out there, as well as just, the everyday person, take responsibility, and, whether or not global warming exists, we need to change the way we do things. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.